We all have shows that we remember from our childhoods. They are like warm blankets, filled with comforting memories and familiar faces. For so many, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide was that show. It was a bright spot on Nickelodeon, a guide to navigating the hallways of middle school with humor and heart. We watched Ned, Mose, and Cookie get through it all, and alongside them was a character who was just as memorable. His name was Martin Quirley, the quirky, tech-savvy classmate played by a young actor named Tylor Chase. He made us laugh with his unique personality and clever inventions. Tylor Chase brought Martin Quirley to life in a way that felt so real. He was the kid in class who was a little bit different, a little bit of a genius, and always full of surprises. His performance was a key part of the show's magic. We saw him on our screens and felt like we knew him. He was part of a television family that many kids grew up with. Tylor's journey into acting seemed like a dream come true, landing a role on a hit show that would become a cultural touchstone for a generation. It was the kind of success that many young people only dream of, a shining start to what looked like a promising career. The path to fame for a child actor is often a whirlwind. It involves long hours on set, balancing schoolwork with scripts, and growing up in the public eye. For Tylor Chase, being on a popular Nickelodeon show meant being recognized, being part of something big. He was living a life that was far from ordinary. This experience shapes a young person in profound ways, creating a reality that is very different from that of their peers. The world of television production becomes their school, their playground, and their workplace all at once, a bubble that can feel both exciting and isolating. This is a story that begins with the bright lights of Hollywood, with the joy and laughter of a beloved children's program. It is a story about a young man who, for a time, was a household name for kids across the country. But what happens when the cameras stop rolling and the show comes to an end? The transition back to a normal life is a chapter that is often left untold. For Tylor Chase, this transition would lead him down a path that no one could have predicted, a journey far from the cheerful hallways of James K. When Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide aired its final episode, an era ended not just for the fans, but for the young actors who had called that set home. For Tylor Chase, the end of the show marked a significant turning point in his life. The structure and routine of filming were gone. The regular paycheck stopped. The family of cast and crew he had spent years with moved on to other projects. He was a young adult who had to figure out what came next. This is a challenge many former child stars face. They have to navigate a world that no longer sees them as the character they once played. Life after the spotlight can be incredibly difficult. The skills that make someone a successful child actor do not always translate to other careers. And trying to find new acting roles can be a constant battle against being typecast as the one character everyone remembers. For Tylor, the years that followed the show were filled with uncertainty. The phone may not have been ringing with new offers. The path forward was not clear. This period can be a time of deep personal struggle, a quiet and private battle that happens far away from the public's view, as one tries to redefine their identity outside of their childhood fame. As we learned in late 2025, Tylor's journey took a heartbreaking turn. At 36 years old, the man who once graced our television screens was reportedly homeless, living on the streets of Los Angeles. The news first broke when a video surfaced in September 2025, showing him in Riverside, California. The images were shocking and deeply saddening. The person in the video was a world away from the energetic, smiling boy we remembered. It was a stark and painful reminder that life can take unexpected and devastating turns, regardless of who you are or what you have accomplished in the past. This situation reveals the hidden fragility that can exist behind the facade of fame. It shows us that the struggles of addiction, mental health, and financial hardship can affect anyone. For Tylor, The years after Ned's Declassified were not filled with new roles and red carpets, but with challenges that ultimately led him to a place of extreme vulnerability. His story is not just about one person. It is a powerful example of how quickly a life can change, and how someone who was once so visible can become invisible to the world, lost in the shuffle of everyday life. The news of Tylor Chase's situation sent ripples of shock and sadness through the community of fans who grew up watching him. But perhaps no one was more affected than his former co-stars, the very people who shared those formative years with him on set. Devon Werkheiser, Daniel Curtis-Lee, and Lindsay Shaw addressed the painful and shocking news on their podcast. You could hear the genuine sorrow in their voices as they spoke about their friend. They described the feeling of helplessness, of wanting to reach out but not knowing the right way to do it. Their reaction was a window into the complex emotions that arise in a situation like this. They felt a deep sense of concern for someone they considered family, yet they were also faced with the difficult reality of the situation. How do you help someone who is struggling so profoundly? They expressed their love for Tylor and their desire to see him get the support he needs. Their public conversation showed the world that their on-screen friendship was rooted in a real, human connection that had lasted through the years, even if they had drifted apart. It was a raw and honest moment of shared grief. This moment also highlighted a bigger issue that many people face when a loved one is in crisis. It is that feeling of being powerless. His former castmates admitted they were uncertain how to proceed, a feeling that is all too common. Do you intervene? Do you wait to be asked for help? These are difficult questions with no easy answers. Their vulnerability in discussing this struggle resonated with many because it is a universal experience. It is the heartbreaking dilemma of watching someone you care about suffer and feeling like you are on the sidelines, unsure of the right move to make. The fan response was immediate and overwhelming. Social media was flooded with messages of support for Tylor. People shared their favorite Martin Querley moments and expressed their hope that he would get the help he needs. It was a powerful wave of collective compassion, a reminder that the characters we love on screen can leave a lasting impact on our hearts. The audience that once watched him for entertainment was now rallying behind him in a time of real-life crisis, proving that the connection forged through a television show could translate into genuine care and a desire to make a difference. The story of Tylor Chase is a sobering look at the challenges that can follow childhood fame. The entertainment industry can be a wonderful place, but it can also be unforgiving. When a show ends, the support system often disappears with it. Young actors are left to navigate adulthood without the structure they have always known. They face the immense pressure of living up to their past success while trying to forge a new identity. This journey is one that many have walked, and it is often filled with unseen obstacles that can lead to struggles with mental health and substance use. Tylor's experience is a powerful lesson for all of us. It reminds us that the people we see on screen are real human beings with real-life problems. Their lives continue long after the credits roll. We often put celebrities on a pedestal, forgetting that they are just as vulnerable as anyone else. This story calls on us to look past the fame and see the person. It is a call for empathy and understanding, especially for those who have grown up under the intense and often distorting lens of the public eye. We must remember that their journey is not a performance. It is a life being lived. But in the middle of this sad story, there is a powerful glimmer of hope. That hope comes from the outpouring of love and support from his friends and fans. The desire to help, expressed by his former co-stars and echoed by thousands of people online, is a beautiful thing to witness. It shows that even when someone feels lost and alone, there is a community of people who care. This collective kindness is a powerful force. It has the power to lift someone up, to let them know that they have not been forgotten, and that their life has value and meaning. Ultimately, this is a story about the importance of compassion. It is about looking out for one another and offering a hand to those who have fallen. Whether it is a former television star or a neighbor down the street, everyone deserves dignity and support. Tylor Chase's journey is far from over, and we can all hope that this wave of support reaches him and helps guide him toward a safer, healthier future. Let this be a reminder to us all. A little bit of kindness can make all the difference in the world. It can be the light that helps someone find their way out of the darkness.